Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a very special one today. We have a V12 Aston Martin DB9. So at the front of this Aston Martin, it has the iconic chrome front grille, which looks really aggressive and is seen in most Aston Martins. Moving around to the headlights, it's got these long headlights, which you would also see in like some of the DB7s and some of the later models like the DBS, for example. It's also got this really long but stunning bonnet, which has got these lovely grooves down the centre of them, alongside these vented bits of mesh here to allow air to enter the engine and cool the engine. So, as you guys know, an Aston Martin is such a beautiful looking car. This one in particular is finished in the Blue Sapphire Metallic paint and paired up with the 15-spoke lightweight sports alloy wheels. So this Aston Martin DB9 actually took over the Aston Martin DB7. So let's head out and go find out what she drives like. So we are now inside the DB9, and I've never been in the car that's made me feel so welcomed and so exclusive before. Obviously, this car was first shown at the Frankfurt Motor Show in 2003. This car actually took over the Aston Martin DB7, which is an older sort of generation car. However, this is a more upgraded version. It's got an aluminium chassis, which is really good. It makes it more stiff, more nimble. And like I said previously, it's a GT car. You can cruise with it. It does actually have cruise control, so you are able to, you know, on the motorway cruise along on a long journey. But the steering's really light, and I mean it is quite a big car, but it doesn't feel too heavy. It's got really good brakes on them, so it stops very, very well. So all round really, it's just a really nice car. And I mean, it's got a 6-litre naturally aspirated V12 engine, which was hand built as well. So that just, it just goes to show how much detail went into building one of these. Aston Martin didn't cut any corners. Wasn't cheap with any materials. So facts and figures. This car produces 450 brake horsepower. Alongside that, it has 570 Newton meters of torque and reaches a top speed of 186 miles per hour. Now with all that, it can do a 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. Now for a car that's this big and it isn't made for 0 to 60s, I can assure you that is very, very fast. And what's so addictive with this car is just hearing the sound of the V12. If you're keeping it below 3,000, you wouldn't even know this car has a V12. As soon as you go past that and you open it up, I tell you what, it just makes an absolutely beautiful sound. So as you can see, the DB9 is a fairly long car. It's got these lovely air vents here alongside this chrome sort of trimming along here, which really just adds that bit of sleekness and class to the Aston Martin DB9. They've also got these chrome trimmings that run around the top here of the window, which match the alloys alongside the vents here. So this Aston has Michelin Pilot Sport 4s all round, which have been put on fairly new, so you've got loads of tread on these ones. You've also got the fuel cap here, which is a nice design. You've got the aluminium cap inside, which is a nice little touch to have. Now moving around to the back, you've got these beautiful headlights, which you will know instantly that it's an Aston because of them, and this beautiful rear end, which obviously the DB9s have, and it's an iconic car, and you'd know this straight away just from seeing it. So moving around to the back now, it's got these chrome tips which make that beautiful sound that the V12 produces. Also, we're going to talk about the practicality of a DB9, starting from the rear boot, which I will demonstrate for you now. Now, being a GT car and having 4 seats, the practicality isn't too bad. I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to go on holiday somewhere far and take loads of suitcases, but at the same time you probably wouldn't take this car on that sort of journey. You could, because it is a GT car, and if you wasn't using the rear seats, then you can put luggage on there as well as in here, but there is a decent amount of space. Let's jump into the interior. Now, as you'll know with Aston Martins, these have the beautiful doors which open not just out but up a little bit as well, which I'm going to demonstrate for you. Now, there is no real need for it, however, it just really gives that class to the car and really does emphasise what you would use this car for and the looks that you'll get because of just how elegant it looks. Even small details, the way the doors open. Aston Martins are hand built, and you'll know that instantly the minute you open these doors from these small plaques which are down here on the sides alongside on the engine bay. So these have these beautiful leather, almost, you could call it ocean blue interior with these beautiful sport seats which really keep you snug. And like I said, you can tell these have been handcrafted, and it's just really premium leather. Now, these interiors are very similar to the V8 Vantages that we've had on the channel before, but as everything is hand built, it really does show the quality and how prestige the inside and the outside of this car really is. So the inside of these cars are still quite practical, as mentioned earlier. You've got these inside pockets here, which I'm going to place my glasses in so we can talk more about the inside. It's got a 3-spoke multifunctional leather steering wheel, which can allows you to control the volume, phone calls, whatever you want really. You can also use these paddles here to change gear, and you've also got a display up here so that you're able to see which gear you're in, if you're in drive, neutral, reverse, etc. So moving on into the inside now. So these seats are electrically adjustable alongside the memory. The memory is great because if you've got different people driving the car and you need to keep rearranging the seats, you lock in your memory, and then every time you press the button, it will move back to where you left it. We've also got this gloss black metal here which runs across the top end of the car, and a little pocket here which actually opens up and is a nice screen, so you've got the satellite navigation on there, and audio, whatever you'll use, it will be up here as well. You've also got a small screen down here to see what radio station you're on. You've got some dials here as well, so you're able to dial in someone's number alongside phone calls. It's, like I said, as this is a GT car, it's got many benefits to it. You've got a beautiful Aston Martin clock here, also with the Aston Martin badge on it as well. You've got a nice little storage compartment here as well. You can open the boot, you can lock the car. So obviously this is a 4-seater car, however if you're buying an Aston Martin for a 4-seater, I would recommend the Rapide. However, the price on one of them is significantly more than one of these. It's got a beautiful Alcantara roof lining, everything's hand stitched, everything's hand built. It really is premium and prestige. It really is driving like a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, but just to a whole nother level. It's one of the coolest car brands out there, Aston Martin, and it's been one of my dreams to own one of these. So to be able to drive this and share it with you guys is even more of an honour. So from 2007, they've had new electrical components, a new seat design, LED door handles when you open the doors, and also a lowered suspension. Now this is a 57 plate, so you will have the joy of having that all a part of the car, which is a great bonus. Now, a really fun fact, if you didn't know, they actually use this car in the GT1 and GT3 race series. It is the Aston Martin DB9 and the DB9. Now, these are virtually, I say virtually, they are this car, however, it has been stripped out, it has been, the engine has been tweaked, still the same engine, and it's just a more, like I said, it's in the GT series, so it's a more track-focused car. We'll show some images for you guys so you're able to see. But it just goes to show that these cars, they can be used as a cruiser or they can be used as a full track spec car, which is just a joy. And it's been an absolute joy to be able to drive this. I can't, you can just tell by the smile on my face what a pleasure it's been, and it's just been amazing. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I had so much fun creating it for you guys. We've got some really good footage which you're going to see within the within the video. And if you did, leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of new cars coming in, some really cool stuff. We've just released a GT3 RS video. Let's just listen to that before. Oh, that's only 3,000 RPM. Comment down below what you thought, and I mean, we love to hear what you guys have to say. And most of all, be safe, and we'll see you in the next one.